Well, okay, people always talk about what's your morning routine and stuff. What's your pre-podcast kimchi curry podcast routine?
I rush over to my computer space and sit down because I'm always leaving like 0 minutes for me to like relax, sit down. So
yeah, I noticed. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
I don't know. I always schedule to be here 15 minutes early so that everything is set up. Actually, yeah. So I guess I'm not like I didn't even take a shower because I thought you're gonna be waiting. So I was like, fuck no, because I went for a jog and then I was also hanging actually in the park after my jog with some buddies because they were there. Today is 420 the day, so they were celebrating. I don't smoke, so I wasn't, but yeah. Would old Ali celebrate as well?
Well, yeah, no, never 420, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you can say it's. I think it's. Oh no, it's not legal here, right? Not in Austria or Germany.
I don't care about the legalities. I don't want like people's parents or like.
That's true.
I know your mom listens to this podcast. I don't want my
Every
mom
then, yeah.
listening to it and like hearing about the stuff I do or whatever. Keep that shit private, you know what I'm saying?
But watching WrestleMania. Oh yeah, did your parents support you while watching WrestleMania?
No, I think my dad was really like weirded out by the fact that his 25-year-old son was so obsessed with even now I bring it up, like now my dad has a little bit of respect for me because I've
yeah, because you're buff, dude. Look at you.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Honestly, seriously.
But yeah, he has yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
And so he's got a little bit of respect for me, but even when I now bring up the wrestling, he's like, what is wrong with this kid?
Oh wow. What does he watch? Does he watch any sport?
He watches Formula 1.
Wow.
I think that's probably the only sport he watches.
Who's his favorite driver?
I don't think he has a favorite driver.
Oh.
I think he watches it mostly for the fun of it and just
Okay. Are you into that?
No, I don't watch any sports actually except for wrestling.
Wow.
Which actually I don't even watch wrestling anymore. So
right. AEW you do watch?
No, I watch clips and I try and follow the storylines through
Summers.
clips and things like that. Yeah, I don't watch I just don't have the time.
Cool, man. Respecting your time. That's awesome.
Anything else you want to ask me?
Yeah, it feels like an interview. Like you just
What do you do in the mornings? What's your secret to success? I'm not successful, dude. Why are you asking me these questions?
Cool. I mean, your body, dude, honestly, like your transformation over the months has been incredible. I
think this is the third podcast where you've started the show off saying your body.
Because I'm so impressed. I am so impressed. I really am. You ran 90 kilometers a few weeks ago. That's in 1 week, That's
5 weeks ago, yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's very specific,
In
exactly.
2 days and 48 hours.
Wow. So
I love how I'm very humble.
It's not as impressive anymore.
These things, but like I'm sitting there and like correcting you about all the lines.
Yeah, you're resting on your laurels, dude. Jesus.
Let me tell you, I'm very proud of this. Yesterday I had dinner at my dad's place. My dad lives in the 19th district, which is the north side, northeast side, I guess, or northwest side, something like that.
West, I think.
And my apartment is on the west side.
Oh.
And it's 9 kilometers away, 9 kilometers or something. And it's also a bit like up and down.
Mm-hmm.
And so yesterday I ran back from his place to my place, 9 kilometers. And it was a pretty good pace as well, at least compared to my previous paces. And I thought that was pretty cool.
Nice, man.
Like I was happy about it. So.
Yeah, whenever you run, I always get the notification. So in a way, we're stalking each other, dude. When I'm running. Yeah,
can I just tell you that I love seeing all the runs that you're doing. It gives me a lot of motivation.
Same, absolutely. Well, dude, when you did the 90K, I was so impressed. Because I went to bed and it says, oh, Ali just ran 9K or whatever. And then I wake up and it says another notification, Ali just ran at 5 a.m. or whatever it was. And I was so impressed. And you kept that pace for 48 hours, right? So it was insane. Absolutely insane.
I mean, can I just tell you that it was probably the happiest I've been those 48 hours.
That's awesome. When you were torturing yourself?
I mean, it wasn't torture, dude. It wasn't torture because it was just 48 hours. I knew that there was I was counting the times I would, the things I would have to do, and it was getting to the end. I mean, you would never consider doing it?
Maybe. I mean, I was so impressed by you, seriously, and so I think I'll do it. And I'm a big fan of David Goggins as well as you are, so I think I might. Who knows? But can I say something? I realized in the podcast you always say, "Can I say something?"
Yeah.
And it's such a, isn't it interesting how in our speech we always ask for permission, although it's completely unnecessary. You can say whatever you want. We're buddies. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's also like a permission statement.
Like seeking
approval, seeking permission.
Yeah, affirmation.
I guess, yeah.
Maybe, or?
Maybe. In any case, so, dude, I watched, you don't watch football at all, right? Because there would be big news just happened about the Super League, but I guess you didn't really follow.
No, who's the Super League?
Super League, so you know about the Champions League, right?
Oh my god, I heard this yesterday on the radio.
Okay, all right, so, okay,
yeah.
Whatever. Okay, I already know you don't give a shit. So, what about this? Did you watch Chernobyl, the series, the Sky series, the HBO series?
I've been wanting to watch it for like 2 years since it came out because I've heard only good things.
Mm-hmm. And then what stopped you?
Well, I haven't really watched any shows since, I guess, Sex Education or whatever.
Oh, wow. Okay. Cool.
I'm sorry that I'm like the best conversation partner today.
Dude, what happened today? You're like super high energy.
You're like you're throwing me all these openings, and I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just very French today. No.
Yeah, I watched it over the weekend. I thought it was incredible. And
so how many episodes is it?
Just 5, I believe. And I watched it in one sitting, actually. It was really good.
Only 5?
5. Yeah, only 5. It's a mini series.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
And it was so good, dude. It was horrifying. It was really horrifying, and they made it so well. You could really. It was really horrifying because you could see the people change their physical features because they were
in the
exposed.
radioactive area.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oof. It was they did a really good job, and also showing how there was a massive cover up and all that stuff. It was really well done. Really well done.
Doesn't it make you kind of feel happy that your country or your continent was in total war less than 100 years ago? In fact, both your continents.
Yeah.
And now, like, they're not.
Yeah. Yeah. Yours too, right? Indians and Canadians fought in the Second World War as well, right? Alongside the British.
I mean, it was a world war.
Yeah.
Everyone was involved, and isn't it nice that there's open borders in Europe?
I know, man. I know.
Less than 100 years ago, they were fighting over these borders, and not like, throwing rocks, like mass murder, mass killing, fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they got so efficient at killing, they were just decimating.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, this is horrifying. The two big cases of nuclear reactor catastrophes. Ukraine, it's not that far from here. From Berlin, it's not that far. And the other one, Fukushima, in Japan, also not that far from where I used to grow up. So, or where my aunt lives is also not that far. So, You know, it's crazy how close. Also, I heard there was a massive. I didn't know about this until recently, but there was a massive industrial disaster in India where 500,000 people were exposed to dangerous gases. Do you know about that?
When?
I think it was in the No. I think early 80s. It was like, I think Bhopal, I think it's called. Do you know about that? Okay.
I haven't heard about it, no.
Okay. Yeah, so there are many things we don't even know about, and we're so lucky. Dude, I recently read, I don't know if I talked about it in one of our previous podcasts, but I read this book called The Happiest Man on Earth. Did I tell you about that?
No.
Oh, it's so good. It's by a Holocaust survivor. So he was in Auschwitz. And
oh, no, you did tell me. I
did
think
tell,
last week you spoke about it on the podcast, didn't you?
I don't think so.
Okay. Anyways, tell us.
But yeah, just when reading that, you just are obviously horrified by what people can do, but also amazed at what people can survive. And, you know, you and I, we talk about running 90K in a week or in 48 hours, and that's impressive, right? Obviously very impressive. But then you see this guy saying he was walking in minus 30 degrees Celsius at 28 kilos or something because he was so... Like, he had no food for so long, and he was walking barefoot, I think, for like... just the amount of suffering people can actually survive and then be happy afterwards. I mean, that's incredible. And that's something all of us can learn from. So... You know what I think
it is?
What?
I think it's because of his suffering that he's happy.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah, I guess it's a big
I think that we have it. I think that we have it so good that as soon as it starts raining, people are like depressed.
Right.
Because they're used to warmth, they're used to sunshine.
Mm-hmm. Is it raining in Vienna snowing right now? Does that explain your?
It rained for a bit today.
Oh, okay.
It rained for a bit. Yeah.
Is that why you're so down?
I'm not down at all, dude.
Oh, okay.
I'm freaking. Right. I'm loving it.
Oh yeah.
I was out in the rain. I was cycling, and when it started raining, I was. It actually made my day better.
That's great, man. It's all a mindset thing, right? All a mindset.
Yeah.
Damn.
100%.
Shit. Okay. Wow. Well, dude. I think you'd be happy about this. A long-time listener has called in actually again.
Oh,
and
no
so.
Way.
Oh yeah. Can you believe? So yeah, just minutes before we started recording. Can you believe it? Just called in.
I can't believe he's so on it that he, like, after our 3-month break, he's like right on it. He gets involved.
Just minutes before we started recording, you were even saying, oh man, I wish this guy would call in again. And then, a couple of minutes later, boom, it was there. It's insane. So here's the call in. Here's the call. Hey guys, how you doing? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. First of all, I've kept my word and I keep bullying my friends. All my buddies like Paulie, Vinny. Yes, there's another Vinny. Paulie, did I mention Paulie already? Yeah, that's about it. So how you doing? Are you gonna get the vaccine, or what's going on with you guys? Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yo, if I'm mistaken, that's our main man, Vinny
Vincetti called in, dude. Yeah, his accent kind of not very accurate again, but
it like fades in and out.
Yeah. And I think he couldn't think of names.
Vinny, Paulie, Vinny, Vinny, Paulie.
Yeah. He couldn't think of more like. Are there more E ending?
Well, the thing is, if there's 4 Vinnies and he's the one bullying all of them. How do they call him Bully Vinny to like so that
to differentiate him? Maybe. Yeah, are there many more Y ending names, like nicknames? Paulie, Vinny, Manny,
Jersey. Stevie.
Stevie.
No, that doesn't work.
No.
Yeah.
Mickey,
Tony. That's
Tony is of course.
I'm sure he's got also 3 Tonys as friends. Hey, Tony. It's so funny because like I was once in Canada and I heard some girl was like, "Hey Tony," right? She called like her friend or whatever, and she was like, "Hey Tony," and then and I don't know why it was that moment, but that moment I realized that Tony is short for Antonio, and it's funny because one of my closest friends is called Antonio, but we call him Anto.
Oh,
and it's just
you took the first part. Yeah, yeah. It's also Anthony
like,
Robbins.
Yeah, exactly. And it was weird when I made that connection. I was like, oh, these guys have the same name, but everyone calls Anto, and everyone probably calls this dude Tony.
Nice.
You know, even though they have the same name. It was, I don't know, it was a weird.
Did you ever think about what you'd call your kids?
Yeah, Pascal.
Oh, wow.
Hausberger.
Oh, shit. Is that our baby? Because we talked about us becoming pregnant, right?
No. The second one will be called Hausberger. The second kid. And if it was a girl, then also.
Nice. So one is Haus and the other is Berger?
No. The first one is called Pascal.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one, if it's a girl, Hausberger.
Oh, why if it's a girl?
I just decided.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah. What about you? What would you call
Ali
your
is
kids?
a great name. I honestly think it's a great name. And it is. So, who knows? Maybe. I always wanted to do like a double name, you know, give them two names and then they can decide themselves. What I want to do is kind
like
of the...
Vinny Vincetti?
Exactly, VV. Double V. But I want to give them the option of, give them two names and then I let them choose whether they want to do a nickname out of the initials, like the Americans often do. So, like, Ali Jose, then it would be AJ. You know,
AJ,
so they can
nice.
they can either choose Ali or Jose or AJ.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so they have three options. That's what I thought.
One of my favorite wrestlers is called AJ Styles.
Oh.
His name is Alex Jones something or the other. Calls himself AJ Styles, and he has 4 kids. I think 2 boys, 2 girls, something like that. And all of them have the initials AJ. So they've all been given 2 names, and
cool.
they all have the initials.
So
AJ.
how do they call themselves? Like AJ1, AJ2, AJ3?
I don't know. I don't know. He doesn't really parade his family on TV.
Is one of them Ali Jose?
I hope
Ali
so.
Juan, maybe? Okay.
Ali Juan.
Maybe.
Ali Juan.
Dude.
Dude. Vinny Vincetti, I'm so happy he called back, man.
Yeah?
I was missing that. I missed Vinny Vincetti. I love also the name Vincent Vinny Vincetti. That's his...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Vinny is Vincent. I actually forgot.
So what's new with you, man? You keep talking about my body and stuff. What's new with you, dude?
Dude, what's new with me is just I adore your body and I just cannot... I honestly mean it.
Is there anything
last time I mentioned it. Comedy-wise, yeah, it's going all right. Actually I filmed some sketches and they're like, one of them at least is fully edited already. It's on my phone, but it sucks. So I just don't want to publish it. But then I'm like, I already put in all the effort. Even if it sucks, it's just additional content. So I should just put it out there. But yeah, the goal is just to produce more content. And I was writing a lot actually until last week. And this week I wasn't writing at all actually. But I'll get back to it.
Sketches like you made yourself?
Yeah, sketches I made myself. And then, you know, comedy-wise, this still counts as comedy, you know, believe it or not. And also the work with Sandy. So I started a new, like a video series or something, or podcast. We don't know yet exactly, but it's a sports chat. So speaking about the Super League, for example, we're going to talk about that. Yeah, so that is also what I've been working on. How about you? Oh, also, I was actually considering flying to Barcelona, maybe. And there's opportunity to do comedy there, so let's see.
I saw that your other partner, it's not delve too deep into it, but Simone is there.
Oh, is there some jealousy there, or what the hell?
No. I've worked through the jealousy, don't worry.
All right. Yeah, he was in Madrid. He said it was incredible. to do it again.
He's back or what?
He's
or
back.
He
He's
moved
I
there?
saw him today actually. So he was in the co-working space I was at. So I saw him, and we were chilling. And he came back last week, I think. So he had to quarantine, of course, after arriving, and now he's back. So yeah, he said it was incredible. 15 people or so in Madrid, but it was just a great vibe, and it was really cool to do comedy again.
And what did he do? He did one show or a bunch
He
of shows?
only did
or
one.
what?
He was just there very briefly. I think he was only there
Okay.
for a couple of days. Yeah, and
an
in
open
Barcelona,
mic or
it's,
he got showcase or what?
I don't know. Just he did 15, 16 minutes or so. A long set. Yeah,
60 minutes.
16.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's still long. I mean, that's a great set.
That is long,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
was like, what? He did a solo show? Like 60 minutes?
No.
I was like, yo, hey, you better partner up with him, man. If this guy's already doing 60 minutes. I was like, yo, forget this podcast, dude. Quit this shit.
Dude, yeah, he's a hustler. It's awesome. And yeah. How are you doing comedy wise?
Pretty good. We're doing a weekly open mic / showcase on Zoom. Saturdays, 8 p.m. CET. You can check out at Ali the Hustler and Comedy. See all the events.
Nice.
So we're doing that. I've signed up to an open mic on Monday next week, and I plan to do more open mics online.
Cool.
So that's basically it.
Have you considered doing
We're having a great
Clubhouse?
time though. Well, I don't have an iPhone, so
Okay. iPad, maybe?
no.
Okay. All right. Well, I know many people are doing it, and they said it's awesome because it feels like they're doing so many shows every night now because they're just trying new jokes and stuff. So, I mean, that could be an
It's
avenue
amazing.
to explore. Yeah,
It's off.
sounds fun. But, yeah, dude, I mean, I'm just trying to take care of myself and working out a bit and working on my posture, by the way. Oh, there's a cool thing. Our buddy Vanya, our mutual friend Vanya, he convinced me of this new thing, and I'm so excited about it. So what I realized was I have this, so I always elevate my laptop. And I do that because I saw people like crunching over their laptop, they're writing like this, and it looks horrible. So I wanted to like have a straight back and have a good posture. So I have this elevation, a laptop stand, so I can sit up straight and look straight, right? But I realized recently, after Vanya told me, because I have, because the elevator, I cannot type on the keyboard. So I need an external keyboard. But my external keyboard is very tiny. So because it's tiny, my shoulders hunch forward and I type like this, kind of, you know? And that's horrible for the posture. And I only realized recently. So I'm doing a lot of back exercises to keep it straight, but obviously if I sit like that for 7 hours, it's not gonna, it's not good for me. So what he told me was so he showed me this thing. There's a keyboard movement, so to speak. So there are people out there who actually love different kinds of keyboards, and I didn't even know. And there's so many keyboard styles and keyboard switches, so the keys, and it's awesome, man. And so I'm gonna get very soon. I'm gonna get one that's split. So because
Like
it's
my
split
brother.
into. Oh, he has. Oh, hey, he's ahead of the game, man. So good, dude. So good, because then your shoulders are straight, and you can place your hands wherever you like, and have good posture. And then actually you can type faster too.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's so
That's
cool.
pretty good.
Yeah.
My brother showed me his setup, and it's the same. He does the same thing, you know. I think he tries to stand, or he at least tries to stand up every half an hour, something along those lines. But he has a split keyboard as well, because I mean, all they do is program all day, so you know.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about you? Do
That's
you
good
want to get
stuff,
it
man.
as well? Because now you're a programmer, right? So.
No, because I'm not very often on the computer enough, but I have definitely been thinking of getting that stand. What you said, eventually I'm gonna get a laptop once I start programming a little more, and then I'll get a stand for it, because I am not same reason as you, so that's pretty good, man.
Yeah, because I mean,
hey,
dude, I see it all the time in the office. What?
No, go on.
I see it all the time in the office.
just so I don't forget, I wanted to ask you about the lower back book as well.
Oh, yeah,
anyways,
sure.
yeah, you were saying.
So I actually have it right here, so we can talk about it now. Healing Back Pain by Dr. John Sarno. It helped me, at least. So, and that's great reviews. And yeah. So basically, when you have back pain, then it's often not just physical, but most of the time it's stress related or anxiety related. And so if you deal with that, then the back pain often goes away.
And how, are there any tricks to dealing with that, or anything? Any tips? Let's say tricks.
Do you have back pain right now?
Right now, not, but from time to time.
So, for me, it went away after I'm still reading it actually because I just put it aside because my back pain disappeared. But he said, so just deal with it. So think about even being conscious of the fact that your body can produce physical pain in order to distract you from your anxiety, from your stress. That alone, that knowledge, that awareness can already reduce the pain. And it definitely did for me. And most people stop working out or stretching. And he recommends not doing that, so I just kept stretching. You know what's good. Obviously, don't overdo it, right? If you sometimes you actually have back pain because of physical issues, so you have to check that as well. But I knew for myself, I didn't do anything wrong, no wrong movements or anything. It just suddenly started hurting. So I tried it out and it worked for me. And what I do is because I'm not doing therapy anymore, or at least right now during COVID, so I'm journaling a lot. So that helps me because that's my release, so to speak.
And the journaling, did you find any connections between the back pain and like things you discovered through journaling or anything like that?
Mm-hmm. Because I just let it all out. I think otherwise it just builds up, and I also feel a bit stressed right now. And it's also, I can trace it back to I didn't journal in a couple of days, which always helps and relieves the stress. And when I journal, I try to express everything, just express it. And then I kind of analyze it. Or why you even write, you kind of analyze already. And then very often for me, I notice it's some kind of voice I'm speaking. You know, mine is often very helpless. It's like I play this helpless victim. So when I feel stressed, I always complain about, let's say, the weather or transportation, whatever, you know. But then I realized after complaining, because I let it all out, I'm like, oh, it's all in my control. I can still control how I feel. And it's not the weather, it's not the transportation, it's all myself. I just have to control my behavior. And then, yeah, so journaling just does wonders, man. Really, at least for me.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Do you journal?
From time to time. I think yeah, from time to time. No, I was just getting a deja vu because I'd been asked this question recently.
Oh.
But I do journal from time to time, not very often. And I also look back on some of the stuff, some of the things I've written, because some of them, like, they were just impactful moments in my life or whatever. So then I would look back on them, and then sometimes also feel like a bit happy, you know, certain dark ones where I'm like in a different place now, you know, just to, you know, celebrate kind of being somewhere else, being not, you know, in the same place as when the thing was written. So I like that as well.
Right.
But journaling is awesome, man.
It's awesome. It's really helpful. I mean, yeah, it's my release. I don't know, it helps me. And then obviously watching other men cry on Netflix, that just helps my emotions too. Yeah, that really helps.
But you seem also like quite relaxed, quite calm in general.
Really? Oh, thanks, man. I didn't feel like it today, actually, because I was very unproductive and I really stressed out about it. But yeah.
Oh, okay. I think just generally your demeanor is more, I would say.
Oh, yeah? Thanks,
yeah,
man.
like
too.
not particularly today or anything, and not in particularly today, just generally, I mean, like in the last, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Something. Since you grew the beard, so maybe it's related to that.
Maybe it's just a perception. Who knows?
Maybe it's the mustache.
Yeah.
My mom, she once cut her hair quite short, like ear length, let's say, or, you know, whatever. Mm-hmm. And she always used to have very, very long hair. And she cut it short. And then for some reason in my head, I just remember her being mean to me like 1 or 2 times when she'd cut her hair, and then I always accused her of that she shouldn't cut her hair because that makes her really mean. And she would always try and explain to me that it was just your selective memory.
Right.
Like I always treated you the same and you just for some reason created this fantasy. And I was like, nah, dude, I'm convinced if you cut your hair short, you're just mean. So I did the same to you. You're all relaxed and stuff. Yo, keep
Right.
that mustache, dude.
Right. Yeah. Oh, dude, what do you think? I think I'm gonna. I was thinking of kind of shaving the hair on my side and let the top grow, so that I can kind of do like a Yakuza style eventually and bind it together on top, but on the side it's still shaved. What do you
Dude,
think?
that would look so freaking cool. I don't
Do you
even
think?
understand. I can't even like handle it right now that you even suggested such a thing. It
Really?
it looks so cool in my head, yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. I think I'm gonna.
I mean,
go
you
for
could
it.
if you shave it already now, you could like slick it back and it would
Yeah,
look
maybe.
so badass, dude.
Maybe I should. Yeah, maybe I could. Yeah, I might go to the hair thing too. Yeah.
You look legit like you're out of Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, man.
Dude, do you like that movie series? Cause
I love it because it's so fucking stupid that it makes me laugh to this day.
Right,
It's
right.
15 years old and I still laugh about it because it was so dumb, which I respect. It's a little bit like my dog. I love my dog. He was very intelligent in some ways, but a
Mhm.
lot of the things I like about him were just that dumb things he would do.
like.
So I don't know, like eat poo or or he would like I was telling my roommate today, he would like if I went shopping and I left him outside, he would kick up such a fuss, like he would be crying and yelping and stuff. But then while we were walking, he would like take on the biggest of dogs. So I was like, why are you so brave when taking on dogs that are like 20 times bigger than you?
Right.
And when I leave you in the supermarket for 10 minutes, you're like, I'm like, dude, I come back every single time. We do this every single time. I come back every single time. And each time you're like crying as if I've abandoned you. And then I was thinking about it, I guess, because I'm really his own, like he was my best friend, but I was like his only friend, his best friend by default. So I guess it's a different kind of,
Right.
it's a different level, right? He's like, yo, I only have one friend and he's gone. And then probably when he was taking on the big dogs, he was like, hey, I'm in with my one friend who's all big and shit. And probably in his head, I was like really brave.
Right.
So he was like, let me take on this big ass dog because I got my backup here,
Right. Would you get a new dog again?
I don't know. I think like not now, but like with the family, sure. I mean, dogs are just the best, right?
Oh,
They're
man.
the best companions, best like for the family and stuff.
You know how some people
Dogs.
say when you see, like also in our age, when some friends when they see other kids, like small kids, they're like, oh, I'd like to have a kid and I want to become a parent soon. I feel the same way about dogs. Whenever I see a dog running somewhere, I'm like, oh man, I wish I had a dog. Every single time. Every
Dude,
single time.
Like, yeah, and it's very hard to find a dog where you're like, there's nothing you like about it. You know what I mean? Like almost every time I see a dog, I feel like I get that feeling as well.
Yeah.
Because they're just how chilly it is to chill with them and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And dude, if I get a dog, I'm definitely getting two because I don't want them to ever be alone.
Yeah.
So that so it doesn't
You know
have
what
to
I
fight
love?
big dogs like your dog. But
I love those videos of dogs and cats hanging out.
Did you watch the movie Cats and Dogs? Yeah, we should wrap it up also. Did you watch the movie
No, I
Cats and
didn't.
Dogs?
I didn't, but it's good, right?
Oh, it was. I don't know. I watched it as a kid, but I loved it. It was so much fun because they're like secret agents and dude. But it's also a pity for the cats because they're portrayed as
Evil.
as evil. Yeah, but they're not. They're also very cute. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, But dude, I have a question for you. What is
Mhm.
what is like one of your favorite crappy movies from your childhood?
Oof. I don't know if it's a good movie, but I loved Butterfly Effect because I think it doesn't have good ratings, but I loved it as a teenager. And movies like Richie Rich, I watched it during Christmas season this year again, and I loved it again because it was so nostalgic. Yeah, how
I
about you?
had it on VHS. I think I watched that movie like legit like 30 times
Yeah,
because I had it on VHS.
it's so good. It's pretty good. It's fun.
Really, I haven't
Yeah,
watched it
I mean it was pretty alright. I mean,
recently.
and obviously all the Pixar movies, but they're not trash at all. So I don't know. And not to say Richie Rich is a trash movie, but I guess it's not. It doesn't hold up as
It's a
when you're an
different
adult.
level.
Yeah, but I don't know. Was there a shit movie? No. I mean, I loved ever since I'm a teen. I love Ghost, but that's a great movie. But many people don't like it for some reason. But I think it's one of the best of all time. Ghost with Patrick Swayze. You know that scene where
Yeah,
he's
yeah, yeah.
yeah. I don't know. Many people don't like it. They think it's kind
It's
of
like the #1 movie ever, dude.
yeah, dude. It's so beautiful. That romance, and Whoopi Goldberg is incredible in the role, and Patrick Swayze trying to save his the love of his life, and then the bad guy who's his best friend. Like it was such a good story. But and the music,
Oh, dude.
Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers, amazing.
How does it go again? Because I'm trying to remember the
Oh,
song.
my love, my darling, the
Oh,
dawn.
You know,
Hey,
sometimes.
but it's not as good as a Disneyland song, dude. Oh, sometimes.
Well, so that song and many other songs, those remind me of our school dances in middle school.
Oh
Why are you
yeah,
laughing?
yeah for
Why are you
sure.
laughing, dude?
And then it's
I
like
don't know
this
why.
awkward dance, kind of like a penguin dance, you know?
Yo, I don't know why. It is the penguin dance,
Yeah.
dude. I don't know why, like, maybe it's my age or whatever, but fuck, man. From time to time, I think about those school dances and I feel like, yo, that was some next level, emotions in terms of doing, the first time, you're getting close, in close with
Yeah.
a girl. You have a crush on her or whatever.
Right. It's such a
And
big deal.
Yeah, it's such a
Yeah.
big deal, and it was like it's interesting because that level of discovery, or like that level of synapses firing, it's very hard to reach that.
Right.
I feel.
I wonder.
know.
That's what my aunt always tells me. She says, like, because I actually believe life gets better as you age. But she said, I mean, she's happy and all, but she said, enjoy everything now because all the feelings you'll feel later is not as strong as in youth. And I mean, maybe there's some truth to that, but it's kind of sad to think that way. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. I definitely used to think it was very sad. It used to make me very depressed that I had had these huge highs and huge lows, before 18, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely did, but now I think and maybe it's just a mindset thing, but now sometimes when I think about it, I'm happy that I can think about it. In the same way that you mentioned the butters thing, that you're happy that you at least experienced it once, or that you can experience it.
Right. Hey, I read a book recently. It's called here it is by Khalil Gibran. It's called The Prophet. Oh, sorry, no, that's my that's my 6-minute journal, 5-minute journal, but it's a fake, so it's called 6-minute journal. But okay, I can't find it right now, but it's somewhere. Yeah, it's somewhere in the back. But anyways, so it's a great book, and there's a great quote on joy and sorrow, and it also says, the deeper the sorrow carves into your being, the more joy it can hold. It can contain. The deeper it carves into your. Yeah, that's exactly what Butter said. Yeah.
Yeah, but then also doesn't that kind of also the thing with these it's a good or what was it called, the Holocaust survivor?
The happiest man alive on earth.
The happiest man alive. Yeah, the happiest man on earth. I mean, isn't that the same thing?
For sure. Because every single day is a victory for him because he's alive. Yeah.
Dude, that memory of walking -30 barefoot, 28 kilos, however long he walked.
Yeah.
Just that memory is like, yo, if I'm in a home with a roof, forget heating. If I'm in a home with a roof, that's like miles and miles better than that week or whatever, however long it was of doing that thing.
Yeah. I mean, for him, it was, he already suffered in the 1930s, because he had to hide his identity completely because he wanted to go to a certain school and they wouldn't let Jews there. So he even faked his name and he couldn't live with his family. He went, I mean, just the amount of suffering this guy went through, and still he's so positive afterwards. It's unbelievable. And also just the way he just survived. He also said he would have never made it unless his best friend was with him. And he always befriended the other people. So, I mean, in other books I read that you're never friends with the other prisoners, but I guess it just depended on the situation. This guy, Eddie Jaku, his name is, he did befriend a lot of people, and he said that's what saved his life in the end. Yeah, because he always had hope, and yeah. So
what was the quote again? The deeper the sorrow. The
deeper the sorrow carves into your being, the more joy it can contain. And I think I'm paraphrasing. It's not exactly the same, but and so he was also saying like because the cup the potter is holding was once also had to be molded in the oven. Yeah.
The cup the potter was holding had once to be
Yeah, so even a beautiful cup had to go through burning to become this beautiful cup.
It was a lump of clay, and then he shaped it, and then it had to get burned in order to retain that form. Yeah. So it's amazing, just dude. Beautiful. Yeah, some good. Also about relationships, man. There's this great quote, it's basically like love each other, but don't be dependent on each other. Kind of keep your distance also, because you have separate lives. And he says, like a temple can only be strong if the columns stand apart. When they don't stand that I even close. Saw on your Instagram.
Oh, okay. I thought quote. That was it just blew my mind. That was so good.
Really amazing.
Yeah.
Really amazing.
Such a good image, yeah. Anyways.
I love the way this podcast is going, dude. I really do.
Yeah? It's like are you being sarcastic? I don't know.
No, I really do. Oh. It's like we don't always have to, dude, be jokers for our four viewers and your mom.
Right. Yeah, they Yeah. They're a huge part of the sorrow they carved into our being, so
Well, it's what made us who we are.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, keep your mustache, because that's clearly the reason why you're so calm and relaxed.
Oh, dude, thanks, man. You also, man. Honestly, you're a hero, man, and I'm gonna tell you this all the time. I'm so happy and so grateful that we became such close friends in such a short time period also. And I mean, when you visited me in
our
July,
souls resonated. Our souls were just like...
Dude, when you came visit me, you wrote me like, hey man, I'm going to come to to Berlin soon. Are you there? And then I was like, yeah, stay at my place and then we can do comedy together. Remember? And I was also thinking, maybe this could get awkward because you're going to stay for 4 days. And at that point, we only played board games together. And we didn't do that much more than that, Played football maybe once or twice. So we were buddies, but we weren't that close. But then like boom, it like like the first hour or evening, that was already paradise, dude. I mean that.
It was less than 2 years ago.
That was less than 2 years ago.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
July.
Yeah, and I mean it is true in a way. Like I don't think we'll ever feel that way again. Because it was so new, stand-up was so new, and no, that's not true. Let's not say that, because, who knows where we're going, and we're gonna chill again after doing a set together. We're gonna chill doing shisha, and eating good food and just chilling, talking. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, dude, it'll be sweet.
Yeah,
sweet as hell, dude.
Yeah, and also sorry.
No, go on.
When we did the Christmas special, the Kimchi Curry Christmas show. That was like, dude, such a great,
Dude, that was the best. That was the freaking highlight, man.
That was incredible.
I
Oh,
remember I cut out my bits from the kimchi curry pot Christmas show, and I watched myself like 40 times. Like from beginning to end. I watched it so often. And now, like, because now there's been so many shows and stuff.
yeah.
Now I'm like, now even when I watch it back, I'm like, yo, this guy's an amateur, man. He needs to step up
Yeah.
his game.
Oh, dude. I mean, just imagine where we're gonna be in 2 or 3 years when we perform constantly and write constantly.
That's
Just
what
we're
I
gonna
think,
be,
dude.
yeah.
That's what I think. It's
Yeah.
like, I can't, I just don't, every week or month or, every week it's like a rocket ship.
Mhm.
Like I have more fuel and this rocket ship and it's just going
Right.
nuts. So I really
Right.
like it.
Right.
And I think this idea of like, you look up to, remember we were saying even before, we look up to a lot of the people we hang around, and that's just the best thing,
Mhm.
just being motivated by the people around you. And also,
For sure.
Also the run keeper thing, seeing that we're doing the runs
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it propels one another into the stratosphere.
For sure. Can I also say one more thing before we close, though? I love you, man.
I love you too, dude.